Hello and welcome to another episode of Binding Roll, where we play 2nd edition Pathfinder in the world of the Ninth Age. If you are unfamiliar with the Ninth Age, it is a rank and flank tabletop war game that I play all the time that this YouTube channel is dedicated to. If that's something that might interest you, check out the website. It's in the link in the description below, take you directly to the official website. It is a community-built game, so all of the rules are free in PDF form. And you can use any models you want. It's really fun. I like playing it. Check it out. But today we are playing Pathfinder in the world of the Ninth Age. Just a reminder to folks out there, if you hit that subscribe button on YouTube, if you hit that follow button on Twitch, you'll be helping out the players. They'll be getting heroic points, which will allow them to escape death and also to get themselves some rerolls. But we're excited you're here. We're going to have some fun. Let's jump right into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Hello.
Whew. It's been a week, guys, but I'm excited to be here. No one leveled up, which I should consider leveling you guys up soon that I think about it, but we'll get to that. But as always, what you drinking?
I actually have a question about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Were we supposed to gain experience at the end of last session? Because we did not.
You were, but I think I'm gonna revert.
Glad somebody's paying attention to
that. Purely out of laziness. I think we're gonna revert back to milestone leveling instead of XP based leveling. Too much for me to manage. So we're just yeah. Let's just make our lives a little easier. I am the GM in this game. I have ultimate power, and therefore I shall exert my power.
So I want to like punish certain players, like, oh, you happen because of what you do, you're like 50 points shy, so you don't get a level up.
Sorry.
With everyone else.
But as always, what you drinking? Today I've got a dandy little beer called Wander On by Finback Brewing Company here in New York City. Just gonna give it a little shake, and then so, Belgux, what you drinking?
I am drinking sweet tea and bourbon.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Yep, a little refreshing.
Octavia, what you drinking? You were mixing a drink early before we started the show. How did it end up?
It is vodka and Mountain Dew.
Well, is that Mountain Dew Code Red? Do I see red in there?
It is the Major Melon.
Ooh.
So it's like watermelon flavored.
Very good. And Carlin, what you drinking?
So I have from Ogden, Utah. It's the Roosters Brewing Company. El Doce Mexican Lager.
Ooh, I do enjoy a good Mexican lager.
Oh, and this is like the best one I've ever had, for the record. Yeah. So crisp.
Man, we're still waiting for that beer sponsorship. It'll come through eventually.
It's only a matter of time.
So, Jed will not be joining us again. Again, he's got a little baby at home, so He is going to be a busy man. But don't worry about his character. I have what is happening to good old Jed in our timeline securely locked in this safe that is my noggin. But to review what the story so far, you are all in the Blasted Plain, the land of the Infernal Dwarves. You are all heading to Zalaman Takesh to determine what happened to a warrior priest that was sent to Zalaman Takesh to study what is happening with the connection through the veil to demons across the veil. Belgux was on his way on the train to deliver Octavia as an animal. You were sent to deliver Octavia to Zalaman Takesh, the overlord in Zalaman Takesh. You guys ran into some trouble in Nedzid, the first city you experienced, participated in some treachery and blew up all the trains, hopped aboard a little train with your friends from the Resistance, and you barely made it to this blockade on the Iron Road, where a large force of Warborn, of Greenskins, have blocked the way, and the train has stopped, and you are now getting off the train, and you see a horde of must be dozens? Let's call it dozens. Let's call it 50 various warborn orcs and goblins mixed together, a rabble of greenskin men, greenskin creatures that are it's a bit of a raucous crowd. There's fights going on, there's a fire over there, someone's playing music, laughing from far off, and what comes up to greet you is, okay, so you guys ran into a warborn iron orc previously that you subdued and got onto the train. This iron orc is much larger, like a foot taller, covered in armor again, but what makes him unique is this orc is, and he's wide too. This is just a huge humanoid. But what's sitting in it, like, orcs have got the big jaw, and like the as their head goes up, it slopes in, and the head becomes smaller when it gets to the top of their skull. So the top of the skull is kind of human size, but the bottom of their skull is big and large with this huge jaw. And sitting on top of that human size head, like looking like the rest of his head is like spilling out the bottom of it because the bottom of his head is so bottom heavy, is something you recognize. It's a helmet from the armies of the Empire of Sonstal. Like, the helmet that has like a metal visor that comes out and it curls up over the ears, and coming out the forehead of the helmet is a large plumed feather, a single feather that's like, I'd say 18 inches long. It's a big feather, and it's colored purple and white as it goes up, an exotic feather. And as this warborn iron orc approaches, your good friend Glugs the goblin kind of brushes by you, and he says to Carlin under his breath as he passes by you, he says, let's see here, he says,
Carlin, make sure this orc likes you. He's our key to getting out of here.
And he shuffles, before you have a chance to respond, he shuffles past you, and he walks up to this orc, gives him the predator hand slap high five, like muscles flexing. And that's what they start chit-chattering together. I'm gonna need all three of you to give me a perception check right off the bat. Actually, you know what? Let me bring up the map here just so we know where we are. There we go.
Just Carlin?
All three of you. All three of you.
All of us.
Oh, okay. I feel like we're not. It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, Carlin already rolled that
Uh,
nat 20, so.
That sweet, sweet nat 20.
yes, indeed.
I think I'm done for the night.
What is it? 17.
Pack it up now.
17. Okay, so all of you realize this. As you guys are disembarking, the kind of the crew that you were with, which includes Brongus the ogre, who's piloting the train. Broomhilda, the infernal dwarf wife of Vigo, who you met a few sessions ago, is also getting off the train. And you notice she is very nervous. I think she kind of got into this situation wrapped up into the romanticism of the blazing dawn within Nedzed. And she gets off this train, seeing the scene of like the blasted plains, the desolate kind of dune that you're on, and this wild group of orcs in front of her, and she looks scared. She bit off a little more than she can chew. Behind her is your good friend Cowdung, again just chewing his cud, no expression on his face. And I believe that was everyone on the train with you, right? Let me just make sure I'm not missing anyone. Brongus.
There's the big furry beast, but well, that didn't make it onto this train.
The bear, the sentient bear, did not make it on the train. You actually, matter of fact, you didn't see him on your way out of Nedzid, so who knows where he is.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that is everyone. But what you notice also coming from the back of the train, actually the middle car, all three of you brushed by pretty quickly, you didn't notice this, are what's left of the orcs that you first encountered, including the smaller iron orc, I think I called him Iron Jaw, are getting off the train also. And I'll tell you right now, you guys understand that Iron Jaw is not pleased with you. You basically got that group of orcs into bondage with the infernal dwarves, so that he is not your friend right now.
And yet here they are, reunited with some of their own people.
Okay.
It was just a brilliant plan.
Right, because they're not in. Are they in chains now? Like, are they?
No, they
in
are.
the train.
They were brought with this train, so their chains are taken off. But yeah, well, I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm just gonna put that out there. So,
Looks like liberation to me.
what would?
So I'm gonna
Go for it.
go ahead.
No. What would you like to do? Is what I was gonna say.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to Ironjaw
Okay, so
and say, "My apologies for having to so valiantly defeat you in our combat, but it was only part of a brilliant plan to get you here, reunited with your kinsmen."
okay. We're going that route. Okay, here we go.
Sure are.
We're going that route. Carlin, please check the thing on Foundry VTT so your cursor doesn't show up. I think you're the one that's unchecked.
Yeah, that's my bad.
No, it's all right. Okay, so this is definitely deception. Are you not deceiving him? Kind of. You can choose deception or diplomacy.
Okay, definitely gonna be diplomacy. And 11. How did I do?
Let's see here. I gotta bring up his stats here. Hold on one second. Okay. So as you walk up to him, and he's pretty broken down at this point. He's been all of his armor's gone. He's beat up. He's tired. As you approach him, he does stop in front of you. And you hear him, he looks at you and he listens to what you're having to say. And he says, you hear him grumble, just like, "You're the one who put me here. Nothing you can say can change that."
Exactly. I'm the one who brought you and put you here with your green folk.
Grumbles again, and he tries to walk past you, but definitely he does the shoulder to your shoulder, like hit you on the shoulder, like with a little showing you he's upset, but not actually punching you. Give me a
Shoulder check.
a fortitude saving throw.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, as he tries to shoulder check you, he hits you and you just stand solid. You're just like, clunk, and he stops and he kind of bounces off of you a little bit and he kind of looks at you surprised, and then continues to walk past you.
I'll turn to my compatriots, Glugs and Octavia, and say, he seems like a nice guy. I like him.
All right. You see him kind of step towards the Glugs and this large new iron orc. Stops hesitates for a second. He turns back around and looks at Carlin, and he says, "Human."
Sup?
All will be forgiven if you help me take over this warband. I will become the Iron Orc. I will become the tribe leader. When I call upon you, you will help me. And with that, he doesn't wait for a response, and he walks not towards the conversation between the orc and the goblin, but into the crowd of the orcs.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Presumptuous.
Yes, I'm not so sure that we should do that. Did you two hear that?
I mean, I assume we did.
I mean,
Can't be too loud.
Yeah,
You're
why not? Why not?
Essentially announcing a coup. Right?
I mean, I'll roll perception for it if you want.
yeah, Belgux and Octavia, give me a perception check.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I definitely heard that.
Belgux heard it.
There you go.
For
17.
sure.
So you both hear it. You both hear it. You both hear it over the conversation which is happening between Glugs and this new Iron Orc. And to get the gist of
Does
it,
that mean the new big guy hears it?
no, he does not. Oh, and Carlin, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Okay, so here we go. So you listen to this conversation also, and you hear Glugs talking to this new Iron Orc, and you hear the new Iron Orc says, "Suffer not your worry. Happy you brought weapons. Weapons you brought. We will hold the line. We will stop the small fire dwarves with the weapons." And Glugs, hold on, I gotta get my voice changer up here. Hold on, folks.
He says, "Yes, I have brought these weapons for you, O great Iron Orc. The fire dwarves will be after us shortly. We have scarred them, but they will come for us soon. You must hold the line, hold the Iron Road."
All right, there we go.
Does he actually say the
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
That's
why
canon.
not? Why not? And you notice, Carlin, you notice this because you roll that nat 20 for that perception check. The orcs that came off the train with Ironjaw, they're carrying crates of ore and weapons, like raw ore ingots, and also caches of weapons. Since you rolled the 20, you're seeing very closely. You notice that the stamp on the side of the crate is from, it's a company stamp, and it says the North Taffrian Trading Company. In fact, you recognize the particular stamp so closely. This is ore that was mined from your mine in Wilhelmshaven.
Ah.
And you see these orcs carrying the crates
excellent.
into the warband. Yeah.
That's the good stuff right there. Oh, let me tell you what. That's all I got. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Okay, they carry those crates off into the
Good ore.
into the group of orcs, and yeah, the conversation between Glugs and the Iron Orc continues, and the Iron Orc says, "Yes." What does he want to say? He says, "Yes, suffer not these worries. Suffer not. These, who are your companions? These non-orcs, these non-warborn." And Glugs turns and does a presenting hand toward you and says,
These are our friends. They helped us escape the fire dwarves. Treat them as you would treat me, O great Iron Orc.
and with that, he looks at you, he squints his eyes, he kind of, in his hands, he's got this big burly axe, and he kind of taps it on one hand. He says, okay. And with that, this is going to be a stopping point as far as you can rest, you can leave if you want, try to get on the train. But yeah, this is where you are right now.
I would absolutely like to get back on the train and take a nice long rest.
Okay.
I'm not sure how I get rid of these wounds, but I certainly need to.
Yeah,
Let's look at the
Glug
rules.
say like we're heading out.
No, Glugs is kind of still conversing with the group and, being friendly, conversing with the horde. Let's see here. What would Carlin and Belgox like to do?
Well, before we rest, should we try to ingratiate ourselves with the warlord? Or in case it goes very badly, do we want to do that first? Do the rest part first?
I mean, the plan is for the train to go on after we drop all these goodies for them, right? So
I don't know. I'm not sure we're in charge of the train anymore, despite the fact that it is mine, obviously.
it's certainly more civilized than being amongst all these folks out in the dirt.
Civilized.
Yeah, we got like a lounge car in the back with like a library and a casino.
You do have a casino.
Who wants to go to the casino?
So it looks like I need to have somebody successfully restore hit points with treat wounds,
Yeah, I'm up
or get fully healed and then rest for 10 minutes.
I'm up for going back to the train temporarily to freshen up.
All right. Head back
What
to
do
the
you
train.
say, Carlin?
Okay. Fine with me. Before we get to the train, or once we get in there, I will do a tree wounds on Octavia.
All right, so everyone goes in the train. You do the treat wounds. Octavia has wounding condition is returned. Everyone do a rest, a long rest.
Did I gain any HP back from the treat wounds?
And I'm gonna treat wounds, or
You
I'll
get
try treating myself.
7
Okay,
for me.
so that's going to be 18.
Okay.
Oh, DC 15. Huh.
Well, it's not a crit fail, so I don't
It's
think it
just a
does
fail.
anything. Yeah,
It's just
it doesn't do anything. Okay.
Where are
I
you
can
at,
live with
Belgux, HP wise?
that. After a long rest, it's 17,
Out of.
24.
Okay.
And
I
forget,
will.
like, treat wounds can only be done like so frequently, right? Isn't there a cooldown?
There is. I forget what the standard is.
Oh, 1
because
hour.
mine-
It's temporary immune from treatments for an hour. So after we rest, we can try again.
Well, I have a thing from one of my feats to do battle
Speed heal or
medicine. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. When you treat wounds, your patients become immune for only 10 minutes instead of 1 hour.
Cool. You mind?
You
Oh,
want to
that's
try
what you do.
treating my wounds again?
Sure. I'll
10 minutes later.
give you each one.
Yeah, where are you at, Octavia?
After the long rest, I only need 6 more HP to be at max.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'll do one for Octavia before we rest, one for Belgux here before we rest.
Oh no.
Oh, come on.
Was that for me?
Yes, but
Okay.
what's bullshit is the digital dice that roll across the screen. It rolled and landed on like a 12, and then the healing die came from the side and hit the d20 and rolled it over. How does that happen with digital dice?
All right, so I take 1 point of damage.
Yes, you do.
Whoops.
All right, I'm gonna stick to
my
healing
apologies.
myself.
I'm pretty tired. I can do that again in the morning or in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Depending.
I can afford to lose another HP in the morning.
Perfect. Good.
All right.
I think I've also determined that Carlin doesn't really understand sarcasm.
All right.
Kind of like a Drax character from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sort of, yeah.
Except your reflexes aren't too quick. Bangs probably would go over your head.
It's the helmet. The visibility is not
That
great,
damn
so-
damn
Right,
helmet
right.
visor keeps falling over your eyes.
Yeah.
It's a poor craftsman who blames his tools. So I hear.
I didn't pick it.
So I hear.
All right, so did you and everyone do the long rest button on your character sheets?
Yeah. And then we're gonna do a morning healing session.
So through the 8 hours that you're resting on the car in the car, you guys are not necessarily sleeping, but you're hanging out, lounging, maybe rolling some dice at the craps table.
I'm sleeping with the demon in the caboose.
And you're
Probably
sleeping
warm in there, yeah.
Yeah, it probably is warm. Belgux and Carlin, where are you guys sleeping or relaxing?
I'll pick one of the benches in the casino car.
Well, I'll be in the caboose, holding,
All right.
snuggled up in a pile of books.
When you're sleeping, both Octavia and Belgux, after roughly 8 hours, so you get your full rest, but you guys are awakened to the sounds of rustling. Actually, you wake up to two goblins kind of perusing the selection of items in the caboose.
Huh?
As a matter of
Goblins,
fact,
so, yes, that's
Belgux, you recognize these
Goblins.
goblins as the two goblins that you encountered when you first captured Ironjaw.
yeah. Oh, cousin, how have you been?
I'm immediately like standing up with my sword drawn.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check. That's definitely an intimidation.
That's a dirty 20.
All right.
Let's see here. Dirty 20. Okay.
And they saw you win that fight, so they know your
Yeah.
fighting prowess.
Yep. They saw me win the fight that Carlin is taking credit for.
Courageously taking credit for it.
You
Yep.
jump up with your sword drawn in your mouth, and Belgux, before you realize what Octavia is doing, you kind of blubber out. You're like, "Oh, hello, cousin." And the one goblin, neither of them, both of them just turn around like slowly and look at you as they're flipping the pages of a book in front of you, and you're like, "Well, hey there, Belgux. It's been a while. What you doing up here?"
Oh, we were liberating the orcs and bringing them to this new war party.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, do you know if any of these books here have any information about breaching the veil?
Breaching the veil. Why?
Go ahead and give
Yes.
me go ahead and give me an either Arcana or occultism check. One of the two.
I'll do Arcana. Not
Okay.
bad.
You definitely know that a large portion of these books discuss a lot of them are like memoirs about multiple people who have studied the veil, not only here but around the world. They're kind of manuscripts. A few of them discuss actually explorers going to the Inferno, which is the center of the breach in the veil here in the Blasted Plains. So you know which books these guys are referring to, and you ask them.
Oh, I think
I would like to as best that I can around the sword in my mouth, tell them to drop the books.
Drop the books. You say drop the books.
Yes.
But
The
I think what would be
they
more
come.
helpful if we can introduce you to one of our acquaintances, this big flaming demon in the back, who has been through the veil.
No, we could not. No, tell them nothing.
You might choose to have him as a snack.
So as
That
Octavius
would
says,
require him being free.
We can feed it to him.
Do we
Like,
want
open
to
your mouth, we'll
risk
spoon
our? No, that doesn't. I don't think it works that way.
Okay.
But,
Octavia, as you say, drop the book. They completely ignore you. And Belgux, you ask why they need the books, and he says, "Well, let's just say I know of someone who really wants to know this information. We're my buddy, my cousin Goblin here, buddy. Belgux, come on, be real with me, buddy here. This is a big payday for me, big payday. Kind of hook me up, brother. Come on now."
How big of a payday? I gave you nearly all the gold I had just to get a sliver of information. You're asking for how to pierce the veil. That's quite a bit more valuable.
This guy didn't promise us any specific number, but he's good for it. I know he's good for it.
All right. So what are you good for? What number are you good for?
I don't have any coin on me.
Oh. You expect me to accept credit? You didn't seem to be so generous when we last met.
Yeah, Belgux, my cousin, of course, man. We're buddies. We're cousins. Don't you hook me up. We're friends.
Can I interject here briefly, or more specifically, can one of my throwing knives interject here?
Give me.
I'm not
Can't hear
aiming
what
for
you're
him.
saying.
I'm not aiming for him.
What are you
I'm
aiming
to like have it like pass by, like right in front of his face, and then like bury itself in the side of a bookcase.
for? Okay. Give me a. It's either an attack roll or an acrobatics roll. Or a thievery roll. One of the two. One of the three.
All of them are +8, so.
Just roll with a +8.
Well, we'll just roll the +8 and we'll see what happens. That's a 16.
16. Okay. You throw the blade. Passes by the front of the goblin's face. Wham! Lands in the side of the bookshelf across the car. With that, you see the goblin's face whip toward you and look at you. And with that, we're gonna go to the we're gonna go over to the casino car where Carlin is slumbering. And you are awoken by the sounds of orcish laughter and shenanigans and yelling, and a group of 3 orcs have boarded the train while you were sleeping and are currently playing craps. But also, you see Broomhilda is on the train. In one of the kind of stuffed lounge chairs, the bucket chairs that's in the corner, and there is an orc kind of standing over her. And the orc standing over her is like, I don't like fire dwarf ladies. Why are you here? Matter of fact, I don't want to hear why you're here. And Broomhilda is cowering. Where did my fair Vigo go? Where's my fair Vigo? What would Carlin like to do?
So I guess I will kind of sit up in the bench that I was sleeping on, look over and hear that exchange and say, well, that's comical. I was under the impression that she liked orcs, so I think it's funny that it's not reciprocated.
Before you decide what you're gonna do, quick shout out to the chat. Warrior Womp is in the chat. Welcome, Warrior Womp. And my good friend Len is watching us also. Lenny, thank you for watching. He's a 9th Age player. Please continue, Carlin.
Welcome, Len. And of course, what's up, Warrior Womp? Always good to have you on board. I guess I will, well, getting myself up out of the bench, say like, oh, damn it, doesn't this train have locks on the doors? I'll kind of walk by the orcs playing craps, because I guess I don't really care, and go over to the orc looming over Brimhilda and say, Get the fuck out of here. Like, she doesn't have anything to do with any of the bullshit that's happened to you. She's a fool. Just get out of here. Go on.
I guess that is, I mean, you speak the truth. I guess that's a diplomacy or an intimidation check.
Okay. Diplomacy it will be. An 8.
Hold on one second here. Let me just bring up this little orc guy's.
Aren't those rolls contested? I think they're contested.
Yeah, that's what I'm rolling right now.
So, 8 still could be enough.
Could be fine.
Hopium.
I've courageously defeated one orc.
Okay.
I can do it again.
So the orc is, slightly hunched over Broomhilda, saying these things to her. And when you do that, he turns around and kind of straightens up his back, and at first he's eye to eye with you, and he's looking down upon you now. He says, "Don't you know who I am?"
I can quite honestly say that I have no fucking idea who you are, but I know that you woke me up.
War boss Suffer Not is my cousin. How dare you speak to me this way? My broodmate. I challenge you to a fight.
Well,
and
it
with
just so happens
with that, the
I
orcs
have defeated.
The orcs that were gambling hear this, and they're like, oh damn, fight! And they turn around, and kind of circle around you and this orc who challenged you.
Triangle around us. Belgux, Octavia, come out here and watch me whip this orc's ass.
They're a train car away. Belgux and Octavia,
That's just a door.
Give me a perception
It
check.
clearly is open.
It's two
Since
closed
there are no
doors.
locks.
2 closed doors.
Oh, the goblins shut the doors behind them. That's nice.
Yes. Belgux and Octavia, give me a perception.
So apparently did the orcs. Okay.
Apparently. Oh, we're rolling perception?
Yeah, perception. Whoa, roll twice.
23.
23, shit.
I don't know what happened. That did
No, on the
that did a weird number.
yeah, on the dice 2d20. Yeah, roll it again.
Yeah.
I don't know what that 2d20 KH is, but it was a 9, so keep highest. I guess I have advantage.
Go. Why not? It's still nine's not gonna do it. You don't hear shit. But Octavia,
But
this is like right after you throw the dagger. Dink! And you're giving these goblins like your best horse, I'm a badass look. And And from the other car, you hear Carlin say, "Come here and watch me kick these orcs' asses."
I don't react.
You don't react? Okay.
You,
so
you may see it. You may see an ear like swivel. Just one
yeah. One
in
ear's
that
like,
direction.
"Whoop."
But other than that, there's no like dead set on the goblin, sword in mouth, having just thrown a dagger. Hell, my wing is probably still out from where the dagger came out of.
Yeah. Okay, so we're still with Carlin. You say that this is like a very comedic moment with all the confidence in the world. You're like, "Huh, Octavia Belgux, come on in and see what I'm gonna do," and just crickets, just nothing.
Nobody comes.
And the orc's like
That just means you don't get to see it.
raises up his hands behind his, and he's like, "Well, where are your friends, human?"
They're probably still sleeping, which is what I would have been doing if you had not come in here and been such an asshole.
I think with that, yeah, we're just gonna do it. Roll for initiative.
Okay.
Let's see here. This is.
I can't roll for initiative yet because I do not have a token in the scene.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second here. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. Carlin, we're gonna put you right there. Give me a second here. This is what I want right there. There we go. And then we're gonna go to the battle here, and we're gonna start the battle. There you go. All right, makes sense. He rolls higher in initiative, so he's going to swing on you. There we go. And he is just going to use his fist. No, first thing he's going to do is he's going to just raise his fists up and just belly growl roar in your face. I need you to give me a will DC check. That is
12.
Not enough.
It's going great.
I mean, it could have been worse. You could have not had a +9.
I like that
And-
optimism, positivity.
And
I
then
could
he's
be complaining that I have a +9, rolled a 12.
Let's see here. And then he's going to swing on you. And rolls a nat 1. He just screams at you and then swings his fists down and kind of loses his balance, and his fists come down. He was trying to hit you with both fists on your shoulder pads, and he slips forward, bumps his head into your shoulder pad, and kind of stumbles back. Ugh. It's your turn.
Does he
Oh.
take any damage from the headshot?
No, does not. And with his third action, he is going to draw his weapon, which is a one-handed axe. Carlin, is now your turn.
Okay. Because I guess I have to, I will draw my sword.
Okay, action
for an
1.
Action. Then I will. Let's see. I will strike. For a 16.
That is exactly what you needed.
Great. He takes 8 damage.
Okay.
And then I will raise my shield.
Oh, that didn't work. Hold on. There we go. And then you raise your shield. Cool. It is now his turn. Again, he's going to just scream and rage at you. Give me a willpower DC again.
$16.
That passes. That passes. Okay. And he's going to swing on you with his battle axe. This one hits with a 26. Damage. That is 7 damage to you.
Okay.
And with his last action, he's going to do nothing. Actually, no, he'll swing at you again with the -5. What's your AC with the shield?
20. Straight
It
20.
does not hit. It is now your turn.
Okay. Here, let's see. Okay, I am going to cast Magic Weapon.
Okay.
And then I am going to attack.
All right. Oh, that was like rolling on
Shit.
an 18. You cast magic weapon. You're like, oh, sword of Suna, protect me. When it lights on flame, it like starts glowing. You're like, ah, and you swing your axe, and he just like kind of steps out of the way and just hits the floorboard. What do you want to do with your last action?
Magic Weapon is a 2-action spell.
Oh, okay, never mind. The orc's
But
turn.
it lasts for a minute, so next time I'm gonna get him.
This next time he again roars. I need you to give me a willpower DC again. And he says something very insulting to you, like, your armor is not as shiny as other armors.
You're an orc. This is the shiniest armor you have ever seen.
Can he take emotional damage for that? I think that was a pretty good comeback off
I
the
did
cuff.
roll a dirty 20.
You're fine. You're undemoralized. And then
No. The orc. Can the orc take emotional damage?
Nah.
That was a really good comeback.
You know what? Why not? Give me a He's gonna take a willpower save to see if he. And he fails. Let's say a D4 of damage. Three points of damage. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
And then he swings on you again with his battle axe. Oh man, he's rolling high. He rolled a 25. He hits you.
Okay.
And does 7 points of damage again. Let's see here. Second attack misses. What would you like to do, Carlin?
Okay. All right. First action, I'm going to cast a 1-action heal on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn.
For
There we
10
go. That was
Nice.
That was sweet. That was sweet.
Then I'm going to strike. $14.
14 is not enough.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna strike again. Shit. A 2.
Oh boy.
Should have raised the shield.
That didn't work.
I'll shake my sword and say, "Is this thing even on? Come on."
No. You got to follow the heal up with "I can do this all day."
I could do-
Well,
I
you
can do
know,
this
if I
all
keep
day.
missing, I can't. So
Another give me willpower DC save. A willpower save. You're fine. Again, he tries to insult you again. He says, Suna thinks you're a sissy.
then why is the sword still on fire?
Do 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 do. Let's see if he. God, he fails.
Am I gonna get more damage from quips than I am from actually attacking this
I
guy?
think in
I'm
like
just gonna
in
make fun of him
a
for that.
duel like this, quips might be more important. He takes 3
Oh,
points of
man.
damage.
I mean, you do have one audience.
At some point, there's got to be like roll penalties associated with this demoralization that he's going through.
All right, last melee attack on you. What's your armor without the shield?
18.
He hits again. But only does 6 damage this time. Your turn.
So my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jeez, how many of these heals do I want to blow before we actually do anything for the day?
This might be the only thing we do for the day.
I mean, it might be. I guess we'll find out. Let's see. The other thing I could do. All right, we're just gonna go for it. I'm gonna cast a 2-action heal.
Oh, damn.
Get 11 back because I rolled like shit. Anyways, and then I'm going to strike.
All right. Hit him, please.
Let's see, I forgot to add last time the +1 modifier for magic weapon. Damn it.
Jesus. I don't know what to say, buddy. +3 and +1.
Wait, you're untrained with your.
Yeah, no, this is wrong. You're not untrained with longsword, right?
I don't
No,
know.
I think he technically is.
Man, you need to be trained with a longsword. I'm giving that to you.
You would think I would be, given that it's like my deity's chosen weapon. But this is Pathfinder. I have no idea.
Strikes, long times.
Yeah, because like I have specifically trained in short sword, trained in rapier, trained in sap, trained in short bow.
All right, next time you level, you really need to get trained in that. Okay, so you miss.
I'm not entirely sure how you do that. That's something we will need to
That's
discover.
something else.
Yeah, we'll figure it out offline.
Next time I'm not fighting a duel, I'll bust out the rule book and figure out if I'm supposed to be or not.
All right, what do you want to do for the last action?
Assuming I survive. That's all 3. 2 action heal, 1 action strike.
Again, give me a willpower saving throw. This time the orc says, you have short legs.
Are you sure I have to roll for that?
Yes, you do.
Okay,
Might convince you.
if you're sure.
Oh, you're very good. You're very good. And then,
That was a bit of a roller coaster of a roll from my perspective. It was 2, then 12, then 15.
We'll take it.
then he swings on you. God damn, he's rolling well. He hits.
Oh, hold on. What's your hit back from the your legs are short?
I think I'm just kind of speechless. Because
At how bad the
I'll look at the other orcs and just be like,
is this guy for real?
Yeah, is this guy serious?
Take 7 points of damage.
I can tell he's the warlord's cousin. He's clearly useless.
Okay, he's taking a willpower saving throw for that. He passes this time. He's fine. He's like, I am the cousin. The best cousin.
Well, then the rest of your family doesn't have a strong showing.
All right, your turn.
Okay. We're going straight to the attack.
Jesus.
Come on. All right. This is clearly not working. I will use... Shit. That's a 2 action as well.
You have 2 actions
All right, I'm going to
left.
strike one more time.
You have 2 actions left.
I know, but I also want to raise my shield.
That hits.
There we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it should be 12, actually, because I get +1 damage from... Oh, wait. Timeout. TO. Magic weapon stipulates that... Where did it go?
I'll be right back.
Gaining a +1 item bonus to attack rolls and increasing the number of weapon damage dice to 2.
Don't
So I
worry.
get that plus a d8.
Do not worry. You killed him.
I finally hit him. I want to see how much damage I did. I'm
Okay.
rolling the die.
What? He's dead or knocked out?
He's unconscious,
14 total.
and technically he's in death saves.
Stomp on his head.
He falls over. With that, the 3 orcs that are around him go like, you're like, oh, and one of the orcs says, oh, I'm gonna go tell Suffer Not. His cousin got beat by a human. And with that,
Tell him his cousin sucks.
okay, fair enough.
He's an idiot. He can do better.
We're gonna go back to the caboose. Belgux and Octavia.
Yes.
You kind of hear some rustling in the background, but you don't really know what's happening in the next car. With
Okay.
You just threw the dagger. The goblins turn to face Octavia. What would you like to do, Belgux?
stare in horror at Octavio's like, the books. Don't harm the books. But we're far more than you are.
And as you say that,
Proper academic.
the goblins chime in and like, yeah, don't hurt the books. What Belguk said. You dumb Pegasus.
Pegasus AFK. So,
Pegasus back.
Pegasus. Can you hear us, Pegasus? Are you
Okay.
capable of understanding speech?
Point of order, just to jump back. I know
Yeah.
Octavia's back now, but cleric skills trained in the favored weapon of your deity. So,
So you are trained in it.
we'll add that to my character sheet.
How do we do that?
I think I could just change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to just click the add button and then find the longsword and add it.
So,
Proficiencies.
Octavia, after your dagger
Yeah,
makes impact, I look over and scold you for risking harm to the books, which are far more valuable than your feathery crap.
I ignore him, and
all right, before anything else happens, Belgux,
Yeah.
you hear a voice in your mind, and it says,
Free me. I will show them what is beyond the veil. Free me.
and give me
that my mind?
Yep, that was your mind. Give me a will save.
Oh, compulsion?
while that's going on, I'm
You're
going
totally
to
fine.
sheath my sword and say, and again reiterate, drop the books.
They already you're demoralizing them is not going to work anymore because they passed 2 saves. They
I mean, I just
okay.
threw a knife at them. Like basically what's happening is I threw the knife. They turn to me as I'm sheathing my sword so that I can then reiterate in a clearer voice, drop the books.
Okay, with that they do drop the books. They when they whip around and look at you, they're like, "Okay, man. Okay, take it easy, man. Chill." And they put the books on the floor.
We don't want trouble.
We don't want trouble.
At them dropping the books, I'm gonna stroll over and pick up the book and put it back on the shelf,
Okay.
and at the same time retrieve my knife.
Okay. Okay, guys. They start backing away. Like, okay, guys, one last time. Just show us where the books are, and we'll slide you some coin.
Oh, so you do have coin. How much
Well,
coin do you have?
I never said I had.
You will get
coin.
nothing from here.
I said we will give you coin once we get it.
You will get nothing from here.
All right. With that, they
Good day, sirs.
good day to you, sir, and ma'am. And with that, they kind of sashay out the door of the caboose. Back to Carlin. With your actions, you see Broomhilda look at you with teary-eyed. She says, "How did I get here? All I wanted to do was get away from Vigo for a few minutes and have a good time with Panteris. I didn't mean to get on this train and escape to Nedzid, to this stupid train with all these damn Warborn. This is too much. Carlin, can you get me back to Nedzid?"
You know, play shitty games, win shitty prizes. And then I'll just walk into the caboose.
Damn. Damn. Ooh. Oh,
Where's the emotional damage on that one?
that's a nat 20 emotional damage there. Jesus.
That was brutal.
She stares at you. She stares at you as you walk past her and go through the door into the caboose, and just breaks down crying. And you walk into the caboose, and as you're kind of walking through the door, you see the goblins kind of like stepping down, like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And they just keep walking.
Gentlemen,
And you walk into the caboose, and you find Belgix and Octavia.
Yeah. Huh.
good morning.
Buenos.
Carlin, does your god have any opinion on people crossing the veil? Good, bad, for profit?
Actually, that leads immediately into what I was about to say.
Okay.
So at that point, I'll turn to face both of them and say, nobody crosses the veil. Nobody frees the demon.
So, Carlin, for sure, that's a founding principle of the Warriors of Suna. Dilly-dallying with the veil and crossing it, and demons it's all bad. It's heretical behavior.
So,
Noted.
does that mean Carlin has an issue with our pet demon in the back?
Oh yeah, I mean he's.
I wouldn't call it a pet right now.
Not
It's
a
more just
fan,
a.
But
it's
as long
a-
as it's still chained, I think
Yeah.
we're cool.
Yeah, so nobody frees it, because who knows what's going to happen when we free it. It says it'll go back to the veil, but we don't know.
Whatever happens, I'm sure it'll be hilarious.
Probably, but character-wise, that's what you get from Octavia. Nobody crosses the veil, nobody frees the demon.
As a priest, I'm all for a good joke. But, and again, Carlin doesn't understand sarcasm, so that was totally true. He thinks he likes jokes. I'm all for a good joke, but I agree with the tiny winged horse. Nobody frees the demon.
And nobody crosses the veil.
Well, yeah, sure.
Oh, what's
Unless
the worst
maybe
thing
it's
that
somebody
can
we
happen?
don't like. You get murdered by demons.
Oh.
See?
Pretty standard stuff, really.
Standard
Oh, okay.
fare.
Just checking.
All right, so you.
Yeah, I guess inform Carlin. Yeah, we had some
Third
the
point,
goblins were looking for.
nobody touches the books.
Nobody touches the books. Okay.
Like nobody outside of like our group touches the books. Like that's the vibe I'm going for.
I'm
Like
gonna
it's-
slowly extend a hand out, and touch the book, and just make eye contact to see what happens.
nothing, because
Just touch it with one finger. Just boop.
it was implied that anybody outside of our group for that.
Fair.
I failed to grasp the subtlety, apparently.
All right, well,
This group
I'm
is
gonna
not
lo-
good with subtext.
I'm gonna look at you, sigh, and walk back to where I was sleeping and lay down again.
Can we
No.
can we figure out if this train has locks on the doors?
They do have locks, but it's a
Well,
key.
we know it does.
We talked about this previously. There are locks on the doors, but they're key locks from both sides, and you don't have the key, so you can't lock the door.
Right.
Can I use lockpicking to lock the doors?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Make
Yeah, I've done it before.
a dummy key.
Can I do that? That would be even better. Can I do that? Can I
Oh.
use thievery to make a dummy key?
We've locked
You can
them from
test-
the inside before. We did
you
that in
can-
the last combat.
Did we? Oh, whatever. Whatever. You can definitely try to do that. That will take let's say a long rest period, 8 hours. And it's a crafting check.
Oh, it's a crafting check. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Never mind for now. Just wait till I level up.
Can I try crafting a key?
Yeah.
I
I mean, it'll take you an 8-hour period, but yeah.
Okay. Is there something else I should be doing during those 8 hours?
could I assist him with it since it is related to thievery? Can I use my thievery skill to assist in crafting
Expert
the key?
consultant?
I just
Yeah.
have this image of the little goblin tinkering with like pieces of metal and a Pegasus over his shoulder. Like, no, you're doing that wrong. Do that right.
Yeah. See, it's hilarious. So
Sure, I could. Yeah. But okay, yeah. If you want to do that, you definitely can.
Okay. Cool.
okay. So how do we roll this?
Okay, before we roll, as you sit down, it's been an 8-hour period already. You sit down and start looking at the lock and diagnosing it. Well, first off, right off the bat, both of you understand that the lock to the caboose is much more intricate and complicated. This is of Dread Elf design and high craftsmanship. The locks on the cars, the casino car, is of lesser complexity. But as you're diagnosing
Arguably, the caboose is more important.
as you're looking at the locks and diagnosing what can be done, Brongus, the conductor, comes on board. He's a huge ogre, so when he steps on the side of a train, it kind of like, to the side, like if a heavy person getting into a small car kind of situation. And he says, "Oh, don't you know we need to get going? What are you doing here? We need to get going. Pretty soon, the infernal doors will be back to get us."
Right.
What, are you ready to go?
I mean, we're going on the train, right?
Yes, that is
Train is
that
going?
is correct.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and start the train.
Approximately how long is it to our destination?
So if
By
you look
train?
on the map, it took you roughly, let's call it a day. No. A 12-hour period of that chase to get to where you are now, where the train is now. So roughly to get
That was
to
a 12-hour chase scene.
I'm bending time a
seemed
little.
so
I'm bending time a little bit. Let's say there was a time period where the Toroks were catching up with the train, and then that's when the action started. So half a day to there. So that means 1, 2, 3, 2 days to get to Zalman-Takesh.
Okay.
Okay, that's. I just wanted to make sure that there was going to be enough time for us to try to craft these keys.
Or make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
As Brongus heads to the car, the three of you hear a commotion outside. Yelling and screaming and orc yelling. Lots of craziness.
Check a window, see what's going on.
All right. All three of you head to the window. I need everyone to give me a perception check.
very elite. Except that's Octavia.
Yeah,
Octavia's-
that's a 9. I'm more worried about the contents of the caboose.
You know, you're starting to really think about this lock, and you are deep in thought about like, how can I make this
Yeah.
work?
Yeah.
So Carlin and Belgux, you look out the window. You notice a couple things. First off, the war band is gathered together outside the train, and you see Suffer Not, the Iron Orc, with the feather in his helmet, striding toward the train with anger, and in his left and his right hand is axe, left hand is the scruff of his cousin's neck, the guy Carlin beat up.
Does the cousin look alive?
Kind of halfway there.
Alright.
So you should know, while you were in here yelling at goblins apparently about books, I may have beaten up the warlord's cousin.
I never expected you to be
Just-
such a bulletin person. I thought you were
I
more
guess-
civilized than that.
I guess you haven't known me all that long, so I'll let you slide on that one. It's kind of my thing.
Okay, at this point, like, can I look outside and like see this going on?
Hold on, I'm not done yet. Belgux and Carlin, you also notice from the north, general direction of the north, there's like, you know, when you see a storm coming from really far off, you kind of see the cloud mass and it's dark on the horizon. You see that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't actually. Both of Carlin and Belgux, give me a nature check. Huh, 4 and a 1.
Not good.
You you see
There's sand outside.
you see those clouds in the
And
far
look,
off,
clouds.
but you definitely have no clue
You
how
don't even realize
how
they're
far
dark.
off they are. Yeah. But you do see that they're actually, let's leave it at that. They're just clouds. You definitely notice that they're there. You have no idea how far off they are. That's it. And lastly,
How far away is the orc with the helmet with the plume, feather plume?
I'd say 100 yards.
Oh, okay. On way, but pretty far off.
And the
Okay.
last thing, Carlin
Alright.
is the only one who
Cool.
notices this. Those clouds are to the north. To the east, you see a single lone figure very far off. And you can't tell the shape or what size of this figure, but it's something traveling on some sort of creature towards the train. Just a silhouette. A silhouette. Let's call it a silhouette.
Okay.
And with that, what would you three like to do?
I guess, shall we start? Do we, since we need to start the train, give him help with some coal again? That's the thing. Right, Carlin?
I could certainly do that. I
Yeah.
also pretty sure that I could talk my way out of this with the warlord.
I mean, what additional business do we have with the warlord? Like, if we never see the warlord again, is that such a bad thing?
No, probably not. But, I mean, Gluggs seems fairly well connected around here. Do we want him to come with us?
Out of curiosity, did you try to talk your way out of the fight last night?
This morning? And no, not really.
Okay.
You see, he
Oh.
had just woken me up. And, yeah, I wasn't really thinking particularly clearly. So, no.
Alright, let's hope let you get your due rest. I guess we can go. Well, we can go up and check to see if Gluggs is on the train.
Good point. Let's find out. Brongus, do you happen to know if Gluggs is on the train?
He's already, by this time, he's already at the end of the car, heading into the engine car. He turns around and he says, "Oh, don't you know, the Gluggs there, he's a, I don't know where he is, Gluggs, that there Gluggs, I don't know."
Thank you, Brongus. Helpful as always.
You're welcome, my friend. Have a good day for your day. Bye.
Carlin just kind of shakes his head. I'm not sure if he's all there.
Oh. Nope, he is. He was driving the train after all.
Well, we saw him driving the train last time. I don't think he has any idea what he's doing. Thank goodness it's on a track and can only go that one way.
Yep. Fair. Right.
Well, do we get out of here or not?
Yeah, let's get going. I don't want to stay around this rowdy bunch. See how well you do in your next fight. So that would be funny. We can find a fight somewhere else.
There's always a fight to be had.
Yes, indeed.
All right, I'll get my
Indeed.
shovel.
So you're gonna head to the engine car?
Yeah.
I guess so. Carlin already got to beat somebody up today, so he's pretty happy. Are the other orcs, any of the other orcs still in the casino?
No, they left.
Or did they all go?
The only person left in the casino car is Broomhilda.
Okay, I will walk through the casino car up to the engine car and grab a shovel.
All right. As you enter the engine car, in there you see cow dung is in there, as well as Brongus. But you don't see Gluggs. Okay. So you see that Brongus is pulling levers. You hear the steam train whistle, toot toot, and he is starting up the engine. There's only room for really 2 people to be shoveling coal in at one time. So who would like to shovel coal?
I think the.
I will.
Very good. I will go back to the car and keep an eye out for our angry orc friend.
Okay.
And prepare for them to get within 30 feet, and then I'm gonna take an action when that happens.
Okay.
I'm still not totally sure he's mad at us, but I guess we won't find out, and that's fair.
Okay. I need Carlin to give me a athletics check. I mean, you're shoveling coal. You feel the train shudder and start moving forward. But Belgux, you see the Sufferknot is gaining on the train. He's currently now 50 yards away.
Okay.
Convert that into feet. We need to think about that in feet. So 150 feet? 3 feet in a yard,
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah. Let's see here. Let me think about this.
So I'll move my way towards the back of the car, so the car's starting to move.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So I'm gonna make my way towards the back, so I can get towards. I want to get towards the end of the caboose, so I'll be closing the distance.
Oh, I get what you're
I
saying.
suppose.
He's approaching from the side, so it's approximately the same distance.
Okay.
Okay, so you run through the caboose, and you head out to that back little balcony area that's at the back of every caboose train you've ever seen in a movie, and I need you to give me a perception check. $16. As you bust through the door into that little balcony, you also now see this figure on the horizon riding toward the train, and you get a better view of it than Carlin did. This is some sort of humanoid figure riding what looks like a giant creature. As a matter of fact, give me a nature check.
Okay.
Give me a nature check.
Well, can't be worse.
Yeah.
Hey, double digits.
All you know is that it's a giant creature. Like
Which direction is it coming from?
This would be coming from the east.
Okay. So, from pretty much open, deadline, completely uninhabited space. So it must be coming from pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming
As you
straight line.
as you go up on the balcony, on this little balcony, you see that in the dice, and you turn around to kind of look at the orcs, and you realize there's another individual standing with you on this balcony. It is the orc Ironjaw, the old Iron Orc leader that you captured.
Ah. Hello.
Hello,
Uh,
hello.
You're choosing to join us? Want to stay with your brother?
And he says, and he looks surprised at you also, and he says, your friend, the human, he owes me. He owes me, and now he is leaving. I will stay with him until he has paid my debt.
Well, what debt does he owe you? Out of curiosity.
I don't know that guy's shit.
I would
I'm
agree.
asking the orc. I'm asking the orc, not you. You're busy.
I'm just throwing it out there.
The orc said,
What
I
does
kept
the human owe you?
I kept his secret. I kept his secret that he defeated me, that he hurt orcs, so that Sufferknot would not hurt him. He owes me.
Oh. So, would just hurting him pay your debt? Like, or cancel it out? Just sort
If-
of beat it out of him?
Wait,
I said to let him punch
hurt,
you.
hurt who?
Carlin.
If
Right?
you
You
beat up
promised not to
Carlin,
hurt him, so...
I'm confused what you're asking.
Would the
So,
orc hurting Carlin absolve the debt?
No,
right.
no.
Because he was
Absolving the
withholding
debt.
punishment for holding secret. So,
If you
wouldn't that even things
can
out?
if you can not only defeat but embarrass, suffer not, I will take over the tribe. That's what I will complete his debt to me.
You know what I find
Uh.
absolutely hilarious?
Eh,
Both
Fact
parties.
that I gaslit all these people into
No,
thinking that I defeated him.
No, not just that, but the other party of that fight also thinks you defeated him.
Yeah, I don't think he's remembering it correctly.
Because you got knocked out and I finished the fight.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did
yeah.
hurt me like a lot. I was
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Like,
Anyway,
I just find that hilarious.
There's a lot of gaslighting going on.
well, we'll have to brainstorm a bit to see what we can do to embarrass the that other orc leader.
I mean, he already defeated his cousin.
Yeah.
Like, is that embarrassment enough?
Is he still approaching with his cousin in tow?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. With that, I need Carlin to give me another athletics check. 12. That's the same thing as you rolled last time.
That's the exact same thing.
Um,
Solid.
you continue to
Solve it.
shovel coal in.
consistent.
He's consistent.
Yeah.
You continue to shovel coal in. The car, the train continues to speed up. But again, Suffer Not is still approaching, getting closer to the car. In fact, at this point, he's closed the gap. He is now reaching up to grab on to the handrail that is at the balcony that Belgux is at.
I'm gonna try to use Mage Hand to grab his very, very fancy feather from his helmet, and then pluck it from the hat and just sort of like dangle it away, like away from the train. So, should he wish to keep it, then he'll have to let go of the train.
Is there stealth
Alright.
casting?
What do you mean stealth casting?
Well, I don't have that feat, so it might exist in this world, but I don't have it. So,
Yeah, you don't need to test for this at all, do you?
nope.
So you
So I'm gonna,
grab
like, pluck it out and put it like so he can see it, but it's like out of arm's reach.
So yeah, if you pluck it out of his helmet, he's not gonna notice it. But you have to like put
Right,
it into
so I'm
his
gonna wave in front of him.
or in front of his vision. Okay.
Yeah.
You do that. Let's see here. Hold on a second.
I'm just curious, like, the value enough to like break off the pursuit.
Okay, here we go. you pluck out the feather out of his helmet and kind of dangle it in front of his face quickly. And with really fast lightning reflexes, he reaches up with his right hand, like throws his axe so it lands in his left hand, and reaches up and snatches the feather out of the air.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. Don't think I have. I think a push. I do not have something to push. So he's like on the train now with us, or he's still trying to get on.
He's right about to get on. But that was your action in this little, like, this is not in combat, but we're just kind of doing it slapdash here.
Okay.
At this point, out of nowhere, Glugs jumps into the train car where Carlin is and Octavia. And
Hey. Well,
he
Carlin's up
says-
front. Octavia's still in the back.
oh yeah, right, Carlin's up front. So just with Carlin.
Right.
And Glug says,
Carlin, what are you doing? Stop the train. We need these orcs to be our friends so they can stop the infernal dwarves coming down the tracks. What are you doing?
Oh, the Carlin wipes his brow. That's my fault. I thought, I mean, I kind of Carlin looks at Brongus. Weren't we supposed to get going?
and Brongus just shrugs.
Okay. Well, clearly I've had some bad information. Would you like to introduce me to the warlord? I'll set my shovel down and lead the way.
With that,
I
Brongus,
blame
without
Brongus.
without hesitation, just reaches over and grabs the big brake lever, and the whole train comes to a screeching halt. And with that, Belgux, I need you to give me a reflexes saving throw.
Shit. Reflex?
Yeah.
Reflex?
Yeah.
Okay. 12?
12. So, with the sudden braking of the train, it causes your momentum to fly forward. You hit the door that leads to the balcony in the back of the caboose, and you blast through it and land on the floor. And
Land on the floor. Land on the floor of the caboose.
And Tumble, I need you to
Uh-huh.
give me a last second reflex saving throw one more time.
Give the demo a big hug.
3.
Maybe. With a 9.
You roll forward and you tumble accidentally into the circle, the pentagram drawn, intricate pentagram circle on the floor underneath the demon, into the field.
Uh-huh.
Can I make a dex save or something
nope.
to try and catch him before
he
this happens?
He already failed 2 dex saves. A reflex
But
saves.
this is a reaction to me seeing him
Nope,
go
nope.
that direction as he
Nope.
bursts through the door.
And
That
you
I'm
can-
probably right there at
All right,
digging through the lock.
Give me a reflex save. Octavia.
A reflex. Uh, 13.
Nope. And Belgux, as you tumble into the field that is holding the demon, Octavia, all you see is Belgux just vanish. We're gonna come back to this. We're back at Carlin in the front of the car, in front of the train.
The last thing that happens there is you just, I say, that's not good. And then it disappears. And then you
That's-
can go back to Carla.
Smash
That's
cut
not good.
2.
That's not good. Carlin, stop the train. You follow Glugs. And you come off the train and you see the Suffernot approaching with his cousin in his hand. And he says, "Did you do this?"
Do what? Is he like holding him up by the scruff of the neck?
Yeah. He holds him straight out forward with his head really like facing you. He's got like a bruised eye, blood coming out of the corner of his mouth, and a swollen nose. He says, "Did you do this to my cousin?"
Ah, yes, I did.
And
You must be Suffernot. I am Carlin Vogel, War
And
Priest of Suna, and your cousin challenged me to a fight. And I, being a courageous and brave individual, accepted his challenge. Is that not your way?
He says, actually, no, give me a diplomacy check. Diplomacy or nature, one of the two. Is your nature higher than +5?
15.
Yeah.
No.
And with that, he looks at you, and he glares at you, and he throws his cousin to the ground, and he says, "You are strong. Stopping
Why, thank you.
challenges and hurting the orcs is good. You have proved your strength. You have proved your strength to me. We will protect you from the fire dwarves." Why?
I had a feeling it was going to go down that way.
Why do
That's what I
you?
was hoping.
Why were you leaving so fast? Do you cower?
My
Are you
apologies,
scared of the
Warlord.
orcs? Us orcs?
No, I was given bad information by a stupid ogre.
Yes. Yes, you're right. Ogres are stupid.
I'm sure
not
you can
smart
relate.
like orcs.
I mean, I kind of gesture to his cousin in a, like, pile on the ground. I'm sure you understand how it is, you know, getting bad information from your, subordinates. We do the best we can as leaders, leader to leader. It's hard out there. You get it.
Yes. How long must we hold the fire dwarves?
I will slowly turn towards wherever Glugs is,
Yeah.
questioningly.
I mean, it's 2 days to to our destination. Like,
2 days. Hold the line for 2 days, suffer not.
Yes. I will hold the line. He raises up his axe and he looks at the orc horde outside the window. And Carlin, I need you to give me a reflex saving throw. Ten.
10.
So
Sorry,
this all
what?
this all happens. This all happens in a blur of a half second. As he raises up his axe, looks out in the crowd. You see, as he turns, turns towards the window, and that reveals to your sight. You see Ironjaw approaching behind Suffernot with a jagged, rusty dagger in his hand. And you see him as he approaches the back, of Suffernot, right about to shank him right in the kidneys. You see him look at you, and with his other hand thumbs up, he mouths to you. It's like, thank you for distracting him. And he shanks the orc. Orc screams out in anger and pain. What do you want to do?
Get the other kidney?
Beat his ass. It's the only clear option.
Yeah.
Well, there's still the other orc, right? The cousin.
I think Ironjaw is. I feel like Suffernot is a better ally than Ironjaw.
Yep.
This isn't honorable combat.
Stabbed him in the back. Doesn't seem like honorable combat.
Okay.
So this is
what kind of
not
leader
going to be a combat situation like in game mechanics. This is a choice
Right.
for you. This is like
Right, but in terms of like what just happened, that
Yeah.
wasn't honorable orc combat. Okay, here's what. I know we're not in a combat situation, but can I get combat like 3 actions?
sure, why not?
Okay. First. Hold, please.
Hold, please.
So, I mean, he already stabbed him, right? So that's
Damage
over
has
and done
been
with.
done to Suffernot.
Okay. Then I will cast a 2-action heal on Suffernot.
Oh.
Oh wow. Okay. Not that great. 10.
No,
Still
not
okay.
that great.
Okay. What's your second action?
Then I will attack Ironjaw.
Oh.
Treachery!
And give your plus whatever your trained modifier instead of your untrained modifier.
Yeah, I put that on there, so it should be auto. 13.
Oh. You miss.
Is he expecting it?
No. Even with a +2 modifier, which I know what you're thinking about, it still would have missed. And your last action.
That was 3. 2-action heal,
Oh.
1 action for attack.
So immediately after you do that, like the heal causes in Suffernot's side or in his back, seals up and it pushes the dagger out of his back, and he immediately turns around, swings his elbow, clocks Ironjaw in the chin, and then comes around with his axe in his right hand and drops it directly in the middle of his forehead. And just cuts maybe halfway through his skull. And then drops him to the floor.
Damn.
Like, this is You've seen orcs fight in your experiences so far. Suffer Not does not suffer from bad combat prowess. This guy is he showed his lightning reflexes and his strength in a split moment to you. He is a boss.
Okay. Doesn't look like he needs help. Any more help?
And he does this to Ironjaw, slumps to the floor, and he, breathing heavily, and he turns to you, Carla, and he says, "Continue. We will hold the line."
You were saying?
And with that, he takes his hand, he pats you on the shoulder, and it causes you to really strain under his weight. You're like, "Oh!" And he pats you on the shoulder and he says, "Continue with Glugs, my friend. Goodbye." And he turns around and starts getting off the train.
I'll walk over to Ironjaw's body, just kind of kick him and say, "The debt is paid."
Ooh, that's a good one-liner. I like that. The debt is paid.
Nice and ambiguous too.
Okay. With that, and we're gonna go to Belgux, who is now floating and tumbling through ambiguous space. You're in blackness with distant pin drop lights, which are the stars, almost in a galaxy, a weightless, gravityless space.
Okay. I was considering casting a Dancing Lights, but maybe not being seen is also a good thing as well.
And as you're rotating backwards, you can't control your rotation. You're like, whew, whew, whew. Every turn you face where you're coming from, you see the ghostly flaming figure of the demon that was bound in the train car pursuing you. And as you go around once, you see him kind of far off, and then you go around twice and he's a little closer, and you go around a third time and he's even closer to you, and you see his fiery jaws opening and closing. And someone's drinking a Kolsch beer. And then all of a sudden, everything stops. You stop rotating, you stop moving through space, and the demon is gone. And instead of a wild rotation, you're slowly turned 180 degrees, and before you is a floating feminine figure, cloaked in white robes, with bright blue hair cascading down her shoulders. You recognize this woman. It is your earliest teacher of magic, and you only knew her by one name, Sunset. She says to you,
"What?"
There we go. I was waiting for a reaction. Thank
Sorry,
you,
go
Carlin. Thank you, Carlin. God damn.
Blue? I'm sorry. Blue hair?
Yeah, you still have the blue hair
Didn't
from
we
when you
deal
were
with that at the
transferred.
end?
Did we? No, that you were never turned back to red hair, did you?
Oh no, right. No, I think you're right. Hold on. Let me look at my notes because I'm pretty sure I wrote it down.
Of course he's right. The GM.
I am God. I am right.
God willed it.
Sorry,
God willed the blue hair.
did not remember that part.
It could be just the
I
lighting.
think you might be right.
My
though.
perception is that it's blue.
It's an across the veil thing. Who knows what goes on over there?
I know, right?
Yeah.
And
You're probably right. I may not have even written it down.
with a solemn tone, she says one thing to you, Belgux, and she says,
Yes.
"Why have you failed me?"
Ouch.
But you didn't exactly give me the tools to contain that big sentient bear, which could eat me.
I have
What
no
was I
time.
supposed to do?
I have no time for excuses. Tell me, why should I save you?
Eh,
Yeah, that's kind of a sunset thing.
I was thinking the same thing. That does sound like Sunset.
I don't know. Why are you bothering putting effort to have this conversation if I'm not worth saving?
Wow, you're really doubling down? You're really doubling down?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I want to save you, Belgux. Hold on.
Surely a glorified delivery. I can serve you in a better capacity than a glorified delivery boy. That lacks the ability to move any of these items that are sentient and can beat me in a fight. Perhaps there's a
You
more
beat
worthy
one of them in a
task
fight.
available.
You did beat
Or you could go
Octavian.
with
You
Chris
beat one of them in a
Martinez.
fight.
Chris Martinez has suggested, because I'm pretty, so maybe go with that. Smelly Goblin.
Yes. Yes. Beauty is
Man.
the eye of the beholder.
I'm gonna have to think about this. I was expecting you to be at least a little repentant, a little. Shoot.
Oh.
Jeez.
Looks I'm due for some punishment.
I'm gonna pull an audible here. Octavia, give me like. You as Octavia, who previously played as Sunset, give me what would Sunset do here? That is not what's gonna happen. I just want a suggestion. I will judge on what she does.
WWSD. Who's making the bracelets?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, on the one hand, it seems very much a. I mean, if you don't want to be saved. But on the other hand, and I may be mixing a little bit of player knowledge into character knowledge here,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a plan of what like I would want Octavia to do right now.
Well,
that
Octavia
I
has no
think
idea
would
this
be
is happening.
pretty interesting.
Octavia has no idea this is happening.
Oh right. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like this was like even before like we switched over to what's going on with Belgux. I
Yeah.
had this plan formulated of what I would want Octavia to do, which I think would be really interesting if it happened right now.
I get say it.
But yeah, okay, well, so what I would want Octavia to do is, I mean, she's got 50 feet of rope. I'm sure there's something I could tie it to,
Oh,
and then just jump in after.
that's interesting. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
Jumping into the void.
Jumping into the void after.
Back to Octavia.
Smash cut to Octavia tying the rope around her waist.
We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna say you happen to be coming into the caboose when you see Belgux from the
No,
the
I was
moment-
already in the caboose.
You see him tumble in.
He had to go.
What do you want to
Yeah.
do? What do you want to do?
Well, so I see him disappear, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's not good. Find something to tie the rope to and jump in after him. Like, tie the rope to me, tie the rope to something in the area. Because I don't know how this shit works. I assume it's some sort of portal, and I can just jump in and then, pull myself back out.
Give me either.
That's my plan.
Yeah, give me either a perception check or an arcana check.
Oh, okay, we're definitely going perception then. Arcana 0. As I said, I don't know how this shit works.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a 25.
25.
Hey.
25. As you see this happen and the formulations in your head start, it's like, oh, can I jump? Can I save Belgux? You look around the room. Okay, first off question, do you have rope on your person, or do you not have rope?
I do. It is in my inventory. I have 50 feet of rope.
As you pull out the rope to think about doing what you're thinking about doing, you notice something very particular. You feel as you reach into your satchel. Is that the right word? Satchel on your back.
Yeah, satchel.
With your
saddlebags.
with your nose. You feel something vibrating or almost resonating as you do that. And it's actually the item that you stole way back when we did like the exploring the town thing. You had a scepter with a jewel on the end.
The bronze scepter with the red gem.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's resonating, and it's almost speaking to you, and it's saying, in no words, it's just a thought in your brain. It's saying, take me to the void.
I mean, it was gonna come with me either way.
Yeah, true.
Like, so, So here's a slight addendum to my plan then. After tying the rope off, around myself and around something in the room, I'll specifically grab that out of my saddlebag, into my mouth before jumping through.
Okay. It's in your mouth.
To jump through.
You jump through.
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's something like, end of 2001 Space Odyssey, where it's like a tunnel of lights and psychedelic colors. And
it's Spaceball 1. They've gone to plaid. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
You jump into this this drawn circle on the floor, because the demon is still there, visible above the drawing on the floor, and you jump in and you experience this psychedelic, extremely forceful event, and you feel as the scepter's in your mouth, it's pulling you through the void, the veil, into the veil. I said void before, I meant veil. And as this psychedelic tube of colors and lights ends, you're immediately presented by Belgux floating in space in front of Sunset, your teacher, your mother, your creator. You are thoroughly shocked and extremely happy to see her.
Oh yeah, like mouth hanging open. Like
Yeah.
the scepter has now dropped out of my mouth at this point. Like, the
There's no gravity
shocked
here.
Pikachu face.
There's no gravity here. It just kind of
Okay,
floats
so
in front of you.
it just kind of floats there, like.
And you see Sunset turn to face you with really no change of it, no surprise, no happiness, just kind of neutral face. She turns to you and she says, "Are you here to help your companion?"
I go to close my mouth, not realizing that the scepter hasn't moved.
With your hook, you have to physically do it.
No. Just like I go to like close my mouth in contemplation, but like my teeth run into the scepter because I haven't realized that it didn't.
He's bite back down on it because like a bit or something. Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I guess I'll put that back in my bag. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like I probably just cracked a tooth on it. Yeah, I guess I'll answer with, I mean, that was the intent.
Mm-hmm. All she says to that is, "Come then, save him." And a Belgux is roughly within hooves distance from you.
Okay, I mean, I'll. Okay. Here's a question. If I flap my wings to move forward, do I?
That you don't know. You have not been in the Vale before.
Well, no, like I try to.
Okay,
Do
you
I
try
move
to.
forward? Like that.
Yes.
That was an action.
Very,
okay.
very slowly, not nearly as fast as you would if you were in actual air, like on the not in the Vale, but you do very slowly move towards Belgux.
Okay. Well, then that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I don't really have a way of like grabbing him per se. So I kind of need to get to him so
Yeah.
that he can grab onto me, and then we can use the rope to get back.
So you get towards
Hopefully.
Belgux. What do you do, Belgux?
Yeah, like try to latch on.
Okay, here we go. The very instant that Belgux touches Octavia, you hear Sunset say, "Do not fail me again. Complete the mission." And right after she says that, you hear like a down, and the rope that is attached to you, Octavia, just goes taut and grabs you. Belgux is attached to you, and you guys are just zip-lined out of the Vale.
Like cartoon bungee cord style.
Yes, out of the drawing on the floor of the caboose, and you two splay out on the floor, back in the caboose. Both of you are like in a tangled mess on the floor. Goblin, Pegasus, rope, amulet, a little scepter of power, all tangled
I
into
put that
one.
back in my bag.
It's out. It's out. I don't know how it got out, but it's out.
Okay,
And it's all tangled up.
It's magic. You ain't gotta explain shit.
And you both look up, and standing above you is a figure. The figure of Chaladastra, the Dread Elf. And he says, I see you made it to the Vale without me. You must be particularly gifted. It's time for us to move to the next.
My feet.
It's time for us to move to the next phase. And with that, I am going to call it to a close for this evening's session.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you have all leveled to level 3, so please take your time this week. Take your time this week and figure out what you want to do next with your characters. Also, start thinking about, this is going to be the 2-day trip. I'm not going to say what's going to happen with Chaladastra, but probably in the next session we're going to do the time jump of you getting to Zalaman Takesh. Think about, remember we had that time period that you could do whatever in Nedzib. Think about what you want to do on this 2-day train ride with the people that are on the train, which are Brongus, Cowdung, Glugs, Broomhilda, and now Chaladastra. Think about what you want to do in the next period.
Okay.
And as always, we always say, what is the name of this episode? And anyone in the chat who's watching, feel free to comment. What should the title of this episode be?
I think play shitty games, win shitty prizes.
That was a great line. That was a great line.
I think that's gotta
We
gotta
did
win
do
it.
that quite a bit.
Like,
I'm a little worried to put shitty in a YouTube video title.
Yeah. There's the one before, like, the most shiny armor you've ever seen.
play dumb games, win dumb prizes.
Okay, that works. I like that.
How's that? How's that?
Crappy. You just put some stars in. I don't know.
Do
Do it however
some
you want to do it.
play shitty games, win shitty prizes. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a flavor of sorts.
Yeah.
Warrior Womp says the debt collector, and Chris says the gifted. I don't know. I like shitty games, shitty prizes. So that ends it. Are we? I can't remember. Are we on or off for next week?
Next week we're off.
Yeah. Okay. So we're off for we'll be 2 weeks until the next episode.
Yep.
So, hey, I think we had 6 people in YouTube watching, which is pretty sweet. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thanks, everybody. See you next
Thanks,
time.
everyone. See ya.